What's growing on, gardeners? On today's 2-minute garden tip, I'm going to show you how to separate seedlings so you can have extra plants for free. Most seeds germinate at a rate of about 80 to 90%. So that means if you only sow one seed per individual seed cell, about 10 to 20% of your seed cells will come up blank. In order to stop this, we overseed, which means we plant more than one seed per seed cell, because chances are, if we plant more than one seed per seed cell, something will come up in every single one. But when we do this, we are going to have an abundance of seed cells where more than one seed germinates. Now, when that happens, we have two options. We can either take a pair of scissors and cut off the extra, or we can separate them. And of course, if we separate these seedlings, we can have free plants. And the best time to do this is when the seedlings are getting advanced, but they haven't quite yet formed a big, strong, tight root ball. So in this video, I'm going to separate both tomato and pepper seedlings that have over-germinated. And all you really need is some standard bag potting mix that you can get at any big box store, as well as some spare containers. Links in the description to the containers. We are going to flip that upside down, gently squeeze the bottom, and you can see we have a root ball here that has started to form lots of roots, but they haven't spiraled around yet. And that is the perfect time to do this. So all we really need to do is to take our hands at this point and lightly break the root balls in half at the dividing line. If these have formed root balls, we can just take a saw type knife and just cut right through the root mass. So then we're just going to take two pots here. We are going to put some potting mix in the bottom to give them a bit of a firm base. Then we are going to lightly backfill around each, tamp it down to make sure all of this potting mix settles. And then we will do the same thing with the larger seedling. Just compact around the sides of the root ball. And this is not rocket science, this really is that easy, folks. Now this pepper is going to be slightly more challenging because we had so much over-germination that I'm going to have to separate more seedlings. You can see all that root mass in there, but that's not a big deal because this should still be easily separable. We want to let gravity do the work for us. So let's try and let the roots pull apart. You'll find that if you just let the root mass fall away, the roots will naturally separate, especially when the root ball is pretty moist like you see right here. You can almost feel the seam. You see how these roots will just lightly pull away? Don't be too rough. These plants are stronger than you think. They will recover, especially when temperatures and conditions are ideal. So we are going to do the same thing as before. We're going to put a little bit of a base of regular old potting mix at the bottom of each pot. Then we're going to lightly push it down with our fingertips so we make sure that base is firm but not hard. Then we are going to center the plants as best as we can, and we are going to place mix around that root ball. And with our fingertips, we are going to tamp around that mix. And the key here is to have moderate pressure. You want to make sure that you push all of the air out, but you don't want to press the mix down so hard that you make it difficult for the roots to traverse, because the roots will suffocate if the mix is pushed down too hard. So we want to give it a little bit of a tap. And then we'll do the same thing with the remaining 3 seedlings. We will center them as best as we can in between each pot, fill around the edges with the mix, and lightly compact it down. After uppotting is complete, we must water our seedlings, and I have found that adding a couple tablespoons of Alaska fish fertilizer to a watering can helps dramatically reduce transplant shock, and it helps the seedlings recover faster. If you can't use fish fertilizer because of the smell, another good substitute is to use a standard water-soluble synthesized fertilizer at half the recommended dosage strength, because a full dose will be too much. So mix that in a water watering can and lightly irrigate your seedlings to help compact the soil and also give them some nutrients to recover. After the seedlings are watered, we must move them to a location in shade and away from any wind. And a protective alcove like this is just what you want, because if you stick them in direct sunlight after you've split them apart like this, they will get stressed out and they can actually die. So we want to leave them here for 4 or 5 days to adjust to the indirect sunlight out of the wind. That way they can reacclimate to their new environment. After about 5 days, we can start progressively reintroducing them to true sunlight, and in a matter of weeks, you will wind up with a beautiful tray of mature transplant seedlings, just like you see right here with these gorgeous early tomatoes. And that's today's 2-minute garden tip. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell to receive new video notifications, and check out our Amazon storefront and spread shop in the video description for a list of the gardening products I use and awesome custom designed apparel and other gear. Your support is greatly appreciated.